Welcome back to the final part of this week's Pavilion End. Now, I have to tell you, one of the bitterest blows I've suffered in my life was when it finally dawned on me that all those childhood dreams of playing county cricket were going to come to naught. However, just recently I've started to hope again. Why? Well, Charlie Thomas reports.
Gloomy skies, heavy drizzle and no let-up in sight. It's a scene most English cricketers are used to. But these ones have seen it more than most, having been playing the game for more than 4 decades. In the twilight of their playing days, they've found a new lease of life, county cricket for the over 50s. And in this case, it's a Roses match, veteran style.
It is fun cricket, without any doubt. I mean, enjoyment's the main thing, but there's that real competitive edge. I think more so today. I think, to be fair, when you play the other counties in the north, it's just a little bit different. I think the Lancashire-Yorkshire game has just got that little bit extra. And it doesn't boil over, but it's just there.
Happily, the sun did eventually break through, enabling them to get their quarter-final underway, albeit 2.5 hours late.
Whatever you're going to put on at the interval to go on at the end.
So that'll be what, 7:30?
7:30 to 8 o'clock. Is that alright?
That'll be fine. I'll ring him up then and just arrange that.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yes. Is that alright? We can have tea afterwards.
No chiefs and Indians here, everyone mucks in. It's an attitude that's helped the competition grow since its inception 14 years ago, to the point where 38 teams now compete, showing the way ahead for young and old.
I think it's a good competition because I think with all these new regulations and the new ideas coming in for cricket, I think the idea of this to show the kids that 50-year-old old men, if you like, can play this game until into your 60s, really. That's a good standard.
By mid-afternoon, the clouds had rolled back, revealing the splendid Ampleforth Abbey as backdrop to the ground. But for Yorkshire, divine inspiration was sadly lacking. Batting first, they lost wickets regularly. And by the end of their 40 overs, they'd scraped together a meagre 137 runs. With such a small total to defend, Yorkshire needed to bowl tightly. And an old England favourite, more renowned for his batting, gave them a good start. Despite being a former Surrey man, Graham Roop is now firmly established in the north.
This is where I found myself, I suppose. I've been up in Yorkshire now for nigh on 4 years. I've been playing club cricket at Farsley in the Bradford League for 4 years, and that apparently enables me to play for the Yorkshire over 50s. And I'm jolly proud really to be playing for Yorkshire. I mean, I'm saying that as a Surrey man, but I do. I'm representing Yorkshire, and I'll do my best as I would for anybody else.
Nevertheless, on this occasion, Roop and Yorkshire's best wasn't to be enough. Lancashire cruised to victory, leaving their arch-rivals rather breathless in their wake. Not for the first time in one-day competition, the Red Rose was blooming. A lofted on drive from Ray Gleave, and Lancashire were victorious by 4 wickets. And for his batting partner Ronnie Keating, a double celebration. He just completed his half-century as well.
I played many of those endings a long time ago, and I really enjoyed it. I was a bit tired at the end, but enjoyed it. I'm beating the Yorkshire one, that was great. As it says, I must be a Lancashire now. Been here that long now.
While the vanquished Yorkshiremen were left to console themselves with cake and tea, Lancashire could celebrate with something a little stronger and contemplate a semi-final with Warwickshire. That took place the following week, the stage the Shakespearean heartland of Stratford, and this time Lancashire batted first, against a side whose early progress in the competition owed much to one of the most famous names in Test cricket.
I play for Warwickshire over 50s, and I have been playing for them for the last 3 or 4 years now, and this competition is more or less grew on me, and I enjoy playing it. It is competitive, yet it is not nasty, because nobody can afford to be nasty at our age anyway. So we enjoy playing, and we've been doing very well.
Unfortunately, Mushtaq, who was once the youngest Test cricketer, found age catching up with him here, injury making him a spectator. At this stage in their careers, it is asking a bit much to expect players to throw themselves around in the field, and occasionally you can hear the odd joint creaking. Every now and then, though, someone rolls back the years, and then almost immediately wishes they hadn't. Warwickshire's David Deemer, the man with 2 safe hands and 1 sore hip. It's something of an occupational hazard for the over 50s, many of whom are making a comeback to a game they thought had finished with them.
People at the age of 40 tend to throw all their cricket gear away and take up golf. And it's interesting because sometimes you'll see a 50-year-old come in, he's got new pads, new trousers, new sweater, he's had to go out and buy a whole lot of new stuff which he'd probably thrown away about a year ago. So no, they're keen, they enjoy it.
Especially if they're winning. For Lancashire, Ronnie Keating was again the star with the bat. His unbeaten 40 helped the visitors to top 200, and that total was to prove more than adequate. Warwickshire was simply never in the hunt. With 9 overs remaining, Lancashire had removed 8 of their batsmen, with another 131 still needed. And fittingly, it fell to Cecil Wright to clinch victory. He's the last remaining member of the team which won this competition in its inaugural year, and at 63 he's still one of the fastest around.
I think if I could tell what I've been playing, I would be a millionaire today if I could, make that ingredients up and put it together. I think it's just that I don't do anything else. I don't run, I don't do any training, I don't do anything else, just go and watch silly football and just walk around.
So there you have it, the secret to cricketing longevity. And with Wright and his fellow Lancastrians through to the final, the message for cricketers everywhere seems to be, life begins again at 50.
And Lancashire will meet Middlesex on Sunday morning in the final of that competition at Ealing Cricket Club in West London. It starts at 11 o'clock, so if you haven't got a ticket for the NatWest final, why don't you get along to that game? Well, finally this week on the Pavilion End, let's go to the Foster's Oval, because all this year down